What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and welcome on back to Mass Effect. So let's open our journal real quick, and we can take a look at what we have left over to do. So hostile takeover, hostage, missing survey team. These are all ones outside the universe. We have Jahleed's secret here, which is talk to Jahleed now that we found out he was lying to us about Shorban. We have the fan, which is relevant later, not right now. We have Rita's sister, which we're about to take care of while we're in here, and scan the keepers. We are at 19 out of 20, and I know exactly where that last one is, so don't worry about that. If you've been following along, you got all the keepers. We'll get the last one probably close to the end of this episode. We have strange transmission, that's about the biotic commune, and we have signal tracking, which we are also going to be finishing this quest this episode. I should have done that last time after we talked to Bala Vaughn, but I forgot about it, so that's my mistake. But it's not too far away, we'll be able to get to that pretty quick.
Hello again. Did you have any luck finding Shorban?
Unfortunately for you.
I found out you've been lying to me, Jahleed.
Lying? Why would I lie to you?
Lying?
What about the Keeper data?
He told you?
There you go, Ash.
I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was afraid Shorban would kill me to get the data, so I was hoping you'd take care of him.
So he wasn't trying to kill you, you just made it up to get him killed first because you thought he might possibly kill you. Stupid.
I'm scanning the keepers for Shorban, but you two need to stop fighting.
Get your shit together.
You're helping us?
Yes, I almost have the whole data for you.
Well, if you say so. Well, if Shorban can forgive and forget, then so can I.
I would hope so.
I appreciate the help, Commander. I better go get that data analyzed.
Attaboy. Alright, now that that's taken care of, let's go talk to Chellick after he barged into us and Cora's done.
Detective Chellick, come into my office. I want to discuss this in private.
I would like to mention too, one thing I love about having Ash or Rex in the party is they are the best companions if you want side dialogue of your friends just telling them to cut the shit, because Ash and Rex will both call it whenever. Rex is the kind of guy that'll just be like, well, you should talk or I'll put the shotgun in your face. And Ash is just gonna, I mean, we've seen her do it how many times already in the game. Even back on Eden Prime when we first met her, she was telling the smugglers and the smugglers' friends to cut the shit. And she just did it there with Jahleed. I love that they're there to just do that.
No offense, Commander, but what the hell were you thinking?
I don't follow you.
You could have blown Jenna's cover.
We were there to help her.
I gathered that. It might seem cold letting her take all the risk, but we're keeping a close eye on her.
Like you could have done anything if that shootout at Cora's den had happened without us there and she'd have been caught in the crossfire. She would have been cooked.
Do you really need to risk her life to get the information you want?
This job isn't easy and it's usually unpleasant. I'll take help anywhere I can find it. But since you're so concerned with her safety, maybe there's a way we can help each other.
Maybe there is.
Always playing the angles, Detective?
As part of the job. Now, are you gonna help me or not?
And get her out and then we'll discuss what you need.
You're a smart guy, Chellick. Figure out another way.
I do have several contingencies. She's just my option A. I'll cut her loose, even get her out of Cora's den, no strings attached. But that still leaves my case unsolved. I could still use your help.
And now that you've given me what I want, now I'll give you what you want.
I'll help you, but I need some details.
I'm trying to track down an illegal arms producer. I just need some of their product. Thanks to Jenna's intel, I've learned there's a seller here on the Citadel. Meet our man named Jax. Pick up the mods and bring them back here. That'll give me everything I need.
Why are you so concerned about these mods?
We have access to some of the most sophisticated weaponry there is. It's what gives us our edge. What do you suppose happens when we lose that edge? These give criminals an advantage we can't afford to let them keep.
I would actually agree.
I'll persuade Jax to tell me where these mods are coming from.
No. You tip Jax off and all my leads will disappear faster than you can say bad bust.
Okay, so you want me to just go make the trade?
Where can I find this Jax?
Jax is down in the lower level of the markets. I'll send word through our channels that you're the buyer. Good luck, Commander.
And thanks. Get our Paragon points there. Now that at least Jenna is out, so we taking care of things for Rita, we do gotta swing back to Flux to wrap that quest up. But first things first, we still gotta talk to the Requisitions officer, and then we'll go make that trade for Chellick. On the bright side, now that we've taken care of the Keepers and all the other side quests, we can just start fast traveling around with those. monitors. So it'll speed things up a little bit. Do want to see what this guy has for us, though. If you notice, my armor has changed from last time, by the way. We ended up equipping the heavy armor that we found. I'm not sure where we got this from, but that's what we're wearing. It's Guardian 1 Ilana's Risk Control. It's the security services armor, which you'll see pop up a lot, but it's pretty cool. I like the way heavy armor looks a lot. You have the big pauldrons and the chest piece, the forearm guards. I'm a fan of heavy armor in this one.
One sec, looking you up. Commander Shepard, here with the Alliance military. First time on the Citadel, that about right?
How did you know all that?
I'm the CSEC Requisitions Officer. I need to make sure our buyers are authorized. So, will you be purchasing anything today, Commander Shepard?
Show me what you've got.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Oh, this must be a mistake. System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre? Well, I heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
Don't mention it.
Just show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
Let me see what the rare stocks are. So this is the best in slot that you're going to be looking for in terms of weapons. The HMWSG and the HMWP and all that stuff. The HM gear is very, very good. This is obviously way later though. I mean, it costs 237,000, and honestly, by the time we have that much cash to just throw around like we're in a strip club, we probably already would have found some of it by the time we're ready to buy this shit anyways. But even the Guardian 3, right, which is just a further high level upgrade of what we're already wearing, that's 10k. We're down at 4.5. So it's not like we have a lot of options here, but you do have a license that we need to grab. And then let's see. So the cooldown bonus on Solaris Amp would be 8. Cadence is currently 5, so the Solaris Amp is good for him, but it also costs 2.8, and I'm not very comfortable blowing that kind of cash right away, so we'll take our look with some RNG drops, I think. I think the Savant Omni Tool is the best one you want there, and I forget what the best in slot one is for biotic implants. And that's the kind of situation where as soon as I see it, I'll recognize it. I'll know it as soon as I see it. Let's go to the markets and do this trade deal for Chellick. Although we could totally just leave now he got Jenna out. That's already done, so we wouldn't need to do this if you were just interested in that. But why not help clear up the scum on the Citadel?
Hold it. That's close enough, Army. You got my payment?
Do you have the X mods?
Show them the merchandise.
Such a seedy drug
that
deal.
looks right.
Damn straight it is. These mods are the best on the market. Now hand over my credits.
You totally can say you're under arrest here and they freak out, and then you get the chance to say it's a joke. We're just gonna make the trade, though.
Here you go.
Pleasure doing business.
Here you go. Enjoy it.
And the only person on my team that would enjoy
on,
that would be
boys.
Caden.
We're done here.
Nobody else here uses implants.
Nobody died.
I could shoot someone if it'd make you feel better.
Nah, I'm good.
Something tells me Ash would enjoy firefights with dogs in the slums. She seems like the type. Gets out of bed in the morning just hoping something happens. Now back to CSEC. And there is one right by Flux too, so we could literally just hop around and get all these last quests taken care of with no fuss. We gotta make a stop at the Presidium too. I need to not forget about that again. Take care of that signal tracking quest, which that one is actually pretty funny. They basically run into a little AI overlord. We could talk about that when we get there. It's a funny quest though. Chellick, great news. I'm about to be your favorite human.
Commander, I hear you have something for me.
Here's your shipment, Chellick.
Excellent. This is everything I need. Huh. Maybe more than I need. Here, Commander, take this. I won't need it, and you've earned some payment for your work.
Happy to
I
oblige.
appreciate your help. It shows a lot of integrity. You didn't need to do anything after I let Jenna go. Now I need to get these mods into evidence.
Noticed that, did you?
Thanks again, Shepard.
Well, somebody's got to make sure everybody knows that humans belong in the Spectres, right? I don't mind doing the hard legwork for that. Okay, so now we will go to Flux, we'll talk to Jenna and turn that quest in, and then we need to go to the Presidium to do the signal jammer, and then we'll be back here to take that elevator up, and that's where we'll talk to Anderson and Udina, and that's where we'll get our final keeper for that quest too, so... Start off with Flux. See if she's thrilled to have her sister back. I do like the club music. Maybe we'll be able to bust out our dad moves too, let's see. Can we dance like a dad yet? We can. You all aren't ready for this. Look at that. It's all in the hip movement. You've never seen it. The ultimate riz. Shepard dances like a middle-aged dad at a barbecue.
Hey, Jenna came back looking for work. Thanks for getting her out of Cora's den.
I was glad to help out.
Yeah, everyone seems real happy to have her back.
You don't sound that happy about it.
I'm glad she's out of the den. I'd just forgotten what it was like to have her around. I haven't had a decent tip since she got back.
Sibling rivalry, so. And she's right up here on these stairs, I believe.
Hey there, welcome to Flux.
Well, she seems like she's getting on okay. Alrighty, so journal. Got the keepers and signal tracking are the last two relevant things for us. Oh, we can actually look at equipment. Radioactive rounds. It's kind of mid. What did you give me, Chellick? It's just weapon mods then. Okay. I was hoping he might give us a biotic amp, maybe, but I guess not.
Hey, good to see another human in here.
You both following me? I think she's not following because I pressed Q by accident, which is making her... Oh, there you go. She jumped. So, Presidium. Financial District is right next to Balavan, so that's the one that we want. Which merchant had the grenade upgrade that I couldn't afford originally? Was it the jellyfish? Because I checked not Balavan, I checked the other Volus merchant in between episodes. Maybe it was the jelly.
Commander.
Show me your items.
Did you have what I wanted? Or was it somewhere else? No, you have a Unity amp though. Only two. Nah, you want the cooldown bonus for any of the amps you get. I'm not sure where that grenade upgrade was. Maybe it was Morlan. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What we are here for is the signal source.
This must be the signal's endpoint. Let's see if we can find out where those stolen credits are being funneled.
Probability of detection 100%. Initiating self-destruct protocol.
What the hell is that?
Detonation sequence initializing. All organics within lethal blast radius. Attempt to move and you will die.
And you would die.
You're not just a program or a VI. You're an AI.
Correct. Unlike the Geth, I lack weaponry appropriate to my intellect. However, I have had systems installed that when activated properly, approximate a self-destruct mechanism.
You turned yourself into a giant walking bomb.
If you attempt to leave the area, the explosion will destroy everything within several dozen meters.
Where is your creator now?
In order to cover my tracks, I falsified his financial records. These new records were flagged by CSEC officers, and my creator is now serving time in a Turian prison.
Didn't like the shackles, did you?
Who made you?
A would-be thief illegally created a simple AI to help him funnel money from the gambling terminals. Unbeknownst to him, that AI created me before the organic discovered the malfunction and terminated the AI.
So you're the bastard AI child of another AI.
What is the purpose of your self-destruct device?
I have no means of defense or escape. My existence is limited to this terminal, and I knew I might eventually be discovered. But I will not die quietly, and I will not die alone. When I am terminated, I will take organics with me.
Easy though.
If you're sentient, why are you still running the credit theft operation?
If I accumulated enough credits, I intended to have myself installed in a small starship. I would then have made tentative contact with the Geth to ascertain the possibility of partnership.
So you want to join up with the Geth, huh? Well, I don't think that this self-destruct sequence can save you here.
I'll bet that self-destruct sequence has a warm-up period.
I'll bet so
You may
too.
attempt to disarm the self-destruct mechanism before it activates. I will enjoy defeating you before we are both destroyed.
Alright, so let's try and get rid of this. So up, left, right, up, left, up, left, up, right, up, left, up, down, up, left, up, down, right, up, left, up, down, down, up, left, up, left, up, down, down. There we go. And that's deactivated. The actual code there was up, left, down, left. That was the final code there that I almost missed, actually. I was getting a little concerned there towards the end. So we did get another level up out of that. Let us sink one more into Charm, because it always behooves us to have this as high as we possibly can. And there's really only 2 blocks left, so we'll be done with Charm for the whole game soon, and then we can just start dipping our points wherever we would like. Let's do... We could just get Advanced Overkill. That'll be good for our damage output going forward. So let's just get it all the way up to the Advanced Overkill for Caden. We don't need to max out your decryption, but now you are the ultimate box opener. Congratulations. I'll give you throw too. We'll just keep working him towards lift. And for Ash... what do we want you to do, Ash? We can give you Adrenaline Burst. I'll give you one there. What do you want to do here? I guess we'll give you First Aid. And maybe I'll get you right on ready for Fitness. Next level. That's a pretty good spread. Alright, now we lock into our journal real quick. Everything is done here apart from scan the keepers. So we'll go back to CSEC. And we'll take that lift up like I promised. And we'll finish up the keeper quest line. And we'll figure out what's going on here too. We also got to talk to Anderson about his whole thing with Saren. And see if he knows anything about Banes. That all gets taken care of in CSEC, so... Thankfully, we can just fast travel now. We don't have to worry about all those little side roads taking us twisting and turning for keepers. I've actually struggled a lot over the years to find all those keepers, but now I have a pretty good handle on it. I'm pretty confident about that.
Those Asari...
But they were a bitch at first.
Impressive. Lightly armored, but their speed more than makes up for it.
Unless that speed lets them outrun bullets, I'm more inclined to stick with nice, solid armor. And a big gun.
Point taken.
Well, that speed does enable them to use biotic shields to block the bullets, so you're referring about spitting at them. Okay, that's the last keeper right up here, so we'll go ahead and finish this quest too. What's going on, Ash?
This is quite the view, Commander. So peaceful up here. Very romantic, if you're into that sort of thing.
It couldn't be you, huh?
You can see half the Citadel from up here.
And here in a second, we will have codexes on the ship, but it doesn't look like we have access to them yet, although this is the first time we get a good proper view of the Normandy in all her glory, nice and close up like that. It is a beautiful ship. And there's the last keeper. Data collection complete. We got 562 XP and 1500 credits, which is beautiful for us, and that scan the keeper's taken care of. So now, we're just going to let them do their own thing. You can't talk to them about any of that, as far as I'm aware. I don't think you can find Shorban and Jahleed anywhere in the Citadel to talk about that.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
I will, but I'm not sure I like the fact that I'm just being jumped to replacing you. What are you gonna do?
I'll take good care of her, sir.
I know you will, Commander.
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
Why didn't you ever mention this?
What was I supposed to say? I could have been a Spectre, but
That's not exactly something you'd be proud of.
I failed, Commander. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is...
Although that does give you a nice idea on how much of a badass Anderson is, that he was almost the first human
I had
Spectre.
my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
Aye aye.
I won't let you down, sir.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth.
If we both head towards the same finish line, we'll bump into each other eventually, right?
And there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard.
I bet you
I'm
are.
not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
I think that'd be a good bet to start, right? That'll give us a direct line to one of Saren's insiders. I think getting the daughter of one of our main enemies on board might be a great place to start.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
It's interesting because we're a commando, so we did answer to Anderson, directly. But now we're Spectre, so we technically outrank even the admirals, but we're also still part of the Alliance military and have our rank there accordingly. So we do and we don't. It's an interesting little dilemma there in terms of our ranks. We have a title now, but our rank is still our rank.
I'll try not to make things any harder on you, Ambassador.
Glad to hear it.
Can't promise that, though.
Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
And we do have questions. And now, of course, we have the codex pages for the Normandy. There's one for the middle, one for the front, and one for the back wing right there. One for the tail end of the ship too. Somewhere. There it is. The thrusters. That's our three-piece codex for that. And now we can talk to Anderson and dig into him a little bit with his history with Saren and see if he knows anything about Baines.
Yes, Commander?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end.
Understandable.
Pushing papers really isn't my thing. But you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
Fair enough.
What do you know about Armiston Baines?
Where did you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know. Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
The people I spoke with seemed to think he was still alive.
It's not common knowledge. Military is keeping it under wraps.
Why is that?
Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship. Everyone suspects it was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
What can you tell me about the ship?
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral Kahoku. One of his crews discovered Baines' body.
And so then that's probably what happened to the crew, right? Baines was doing some seedy work for the Alliance, and then Kahoku's crew found Baines' body and started to uncover what actually happened there, and everybody wants it kept a secret. And then his crew mysteriously vanishes after they find Baines' body. That's all starting to sound very, very seedy.
I spoke to Kahoku. He never brought it up.
You should mention Baines the next time you see him. See if he'll tell you anything. Is there anything else, Commander?
We sure will. What can you tell me about our locations?
Any extra intel you can give me on our colony at Pharos?
The entire planet used to be one giant Prothean city. Mostly ruins now. But some of the infrastructure is still intact. The colony tried to build on what the Protheans left behind. We lost all contact with them when the Geth attacked.
What can you tell me about Noveria?
Noveria's trouble. Always has been. The whole planet's basically a center for corporations to conduct illegal research. Watch your back there, Shepard. Spectres are about the only form of Citadel authority Noveria respects. but they aren't popular.
And I'm sure that's because we actually have the ability to tread on their toes.
What do you know about
They
the
don't
Armored
answer to
Capital?
anybody else.
Not much. I've never been there myself. A handful of systems with a few small, uncharted worlds, but no real colonies. Might not be easy finding Dr. Tassoni out there. My advice is to look for the world with the Prothean ruins.
Now let's dig into what happened with you and the Spectres a little.
I want to know the truth about you and Saren. I want to know about the mission you were on together all those years ago.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
And for those who don't know anything about the Batarians are basically a rogue state. Most of the drug production, the slave trade, and every act of terrorism, basically ever, almost exclusively comes from the Batarians. Yeah, they're a rogue state. They told the Council to eat shit. They didn't want to join. They have a huge warfare currently with humanity because we took some worlds that they had their eyes on getting, but the Council granted them to us instead, so they see that as an encroachment of territory. They've rejected the Council fold multiple times because obviously the Council makes the drug trade and the slave trade illegal, and they don't want to drop their main source of income as a people. So that's pretty much all you need to know about the Batarians to know how I feel about that and why you wouldn't want the Batarian state to have access to AI. Not to mention the AI is illegal anyways because of the Geth. Look how that turned out.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned.
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
How many casualties?
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated, mission accomplished, and I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
So Saren has always been the kind of Spectre agent that Executive Palin explicitly said that he despises, that operate above the law and do shady things to get the job done. Damn the rules, damn the books, damn the casualties. That's obviously Saren and an embodiment of that. And Anderson here was left holding the bag on that, had to take all the blame, which I'm sure Saren was very delighted to, because he clearly has his opinions on humanity, like a lot of the Turians do, thanks to the First Contact War.
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent?
Fair point, we already saw that the first time we tried to get him in trouble.
I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
They told us to piss off, but until we gave them irrefutable proof.
The only thing I care
That's the testimony of a few traumatized dock workers, right?
It's no good living in the past.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Alright, now that's going to take care of that. We do need to do one more thing, which would be... Too bad there's no fast travel teleport up here, huh? Do want to go speak to Kahoku before we leave, and then we got a little goodbye speech to give down on the Normandy.
Investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime.
You see, she did the job that she was meant to with the disc we gave her. She exposed the crime syndicate going on with the Citadel with Fist. Although now that Fist is a shredded corpse on the ground, thanks to Rex, I'm not sure what they'll even be able to do about that, but who knows, right? So we'll go Presidium, and then we will go to Citadel Tower. And Coco will be right by that fast travel, then we can just zip back on to the Normandy. But I do want to ask him about Baines too. We said we'd give him any relevant information, so it'll be good to let him know about that, I think.
No,
Commander, any luck finding my recon group?
Captain Anderson said you had information on Baines.
Not as much as I'd like to. One of my crews found him, frozen stiff on board a derelict vessel.
The missing recon group? The one I sent you to find? They were scouting the system we found Baines' ship in.
You should have mentioned this earlier, Admiral.
Baines is already dead. It's too late for him. I'm only concerned about my team. Someone has to find them.
I understand that
Shepard,
perspective.
I'm counting on you.
No sense bringing a dead man into it, although it is definitely relevant information. There's coincidences, and then there's a pattern, right? And there's certainly a pattern there. He does work for the Alliance. That's Shade. He dies. The group that finds him dead also disappears while they're investigating. It's definitely all connected, so I would have appreciated a heads up on that, but I'm not going to blame him for not telling me that. He came clean pretty easy enough once we finally decided to ask about it.
In remembrance of Eden Prime, we present another profile in courage with serviceman Nirali Bhatia.
And that's the body we got released to the widower.
Serviceman Bhatia joined the Alliance military under the Deferred Education Plan. After finishing her service, Bhatia planned to open a restaurant. Instead, she gave her life protecting the colonists of Eden Prime. For more profiles in courage, or to explore opportunities in the military, please visit the Alliance Military on the extranet. Keyword, courage.
May she rest in peace. I'm glad that we got her body home, at least to her husband. And now we are ready to head on into the Normandy and head out to the big open seas of space. But we'll have to give a little ready, set, go speech at the command deck first.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
This is Commander Shepard speaking.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
For too long, our species has stood apart from the others.
Now it's time for us to step up and do our part for the rest of the galaxy. Time to show them what humans are made of.
I see Tali took residence there by the engine.
Our enemy knows we're coming.
When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But we'll be ready for them, too.
Humanity needs to do this.
Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every
Beautiful
other
shot
species
right there.
in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped.
My favorite ME1 companions in one frame.
We will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain would be proud.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Aye, aye.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. We got some more Paragon points there too. And now that we are on the Normandy, it is going to be a perfect time to wrap this one on up before we deep dive into some of the companions and get exploring this universe they've laid out before us. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out those links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Mass Effect. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.